Hey, what's going on, guys? Well, today I want to do a review on this. This is a Leatherman Raptor. These are like shears multi-tool, kind of. Something different. Speaking of something different, I'm just sitting in front of the camera because I'm out here drinking some coffee. Enjoying some coffee. And I figured, what the heck, right? Something different. Instead of a tabletop video, I just grabbed it. So here we go. We're going to talk about it a little bit. So yes, these are a folding pair of shears slash multi-tool. There's some other functions in here besides just scissors or shears. Comes in a little sheath here. Alright, so these go in just like so, and there's a little spot for the pocket clip. Snaps in. It's very secure. If you loosen this screw on the back here, this actually rotates, so you can keep this any direction if you want, horizontal, vertical, whatever floats your boat. Pops on the belt very easily, does hold very securely. When you're going to pull this out, it grabs nicely because it is in there pretty firm. So you do need some good amount of pressure to pop that out. But also good to know that it does have a pocket clip. So if you want to clip this directly to your pocket, you can certainly do so. I tried that. It's very awkward. It's a very awkward size thing, and this, it's not like the handles snap shut. They do lock open, but they don't really lock shut. So when it's in your pocket, I only carried it for a couple hours, but it kind of like loosens and moves around a little bit, and goes sideways. I don't like it. I wouldn't clip it to my pocket or inside my pocket like a traditional pocket knife. Maybe you can clip it to the outside of your belt if you wanted to for convenience. But anyway, so here's how it works, right? It's a pair of shears, so each handle rotates and locks in place. And now we have a pair of emergency shears. All right, 420 HC on our blades for the scissors. I'll give you a close-up here. Now if you see these little cat-looking treats, okay, those are the buttons to unlock the handles. Okay, so you push that in, and that's how you unlock the handle. Same thing on the other side. Push that in, and then you can rotate your handle shut. I do like the fact, obviously, that it locks open. Okay, so when you're using them, they don't fold in on you. And they are pretty strong. I thought that maybe because it was a folding design, it would be kind of weakened and it would come loose while you're using it. It doesn't. It works fine. It is offset though because of how they fold compared to, and this is what I directly compared this pair of shears to, is this pair of shears. Okay, I got this from CountyCom years ago. This is a Maritech brand, medical shears. Same deal, right? It's an angled pair of shears, extremely strong. I think back in the day these were like $10 or something compared to 70 for these. But that was my reference. I use this all the time for all kinds of things, and I want to compare it directly to this, right? But as you can see from the back end here, normal pair of scissors line up both handles, right? And this is offset. You can feel that. It does feel a little weird when you're holding it like this because it is a little bit offset. Not necessarily like how I'm holding it right now, but when you're actually cutting into stuff, it feels a little weird. It's just something I noticed as compared to a traditional pair of scissors, which are perfectly aligned, so it just feels natural. We all use scissors, so when you go to use something different, it feels weird. It kind of feels broken. It just, for me, it feels like I'm reaching. Does that make sense? It's not like super secure. I got like tip of my thumb in there because it is offset, and I have to like purposely get more of my thumb in there. All right, but as far as the actual handles, I can almost squeeze 3 fingers. It's more of a 2-finger deal, but it is actually a little bit bigger than the other shears. So yeah, let's do a quick little demo here. I have well, it's not a real penny because I can't deface money on camera, so it's a imposter penny. I can't say I made it because then that's manufacturing currency. So I didn't make this, and it's not real, but it represents a penny. Keep that in mind. So here's our penny, right in here. And if I can keep this straight, you can see that it will cut a imposter penny. All right, I found them. I gotta make sure I pick these up so Gus doesn't step on it. But there you go. If you had something that was similar to a real US penny, which this is clearly not, it would cut it totally fine. So it just shows its strength. And even after cutting a penny, I have the instructions here. Cut the corner off. See? Still nice and sharp. There you go. So strong jaws, but still a nice fine edge. Now, of course, we're all very familiar, well, at least the knife people, with 420 HC. When done right, it works. It's not the best steel in the world, but it does work. Leatherman does do a good heat treat on their 420. Buck, as I've said before, probably does the best heat treat on their 420 HC, but it's very good. It definitely holds an edge. Use this to cut a bunch of different things. I know I cut leather with it. I cut a few different paper products with it. I know I did a bunch of cardboard. Zip through zip ties, no problem at all. And I think I did a little paracord with it too, but no problems at all, and you can see it's still nice and sharp. So the actual blades do work very nicely. As far as the other tools in here, let's close these handles and talk about those. You can see on the back here we have this fold out tool, right? And it does lock. As you can see, there's a liner lock built into here. Okay, so it is firm, right? It is locked in place. So we have a strap cutter, you know, slash gut hook, I guess you can call it. And then we have a little oxygen tool. It's an adjustment tool for an oxygen tank. All right, pretty interesting. So let's fold that up, open it back up for a second so I could show you the back end here. Of course, a little tip for glass breaking for emergency. Be good to be able to break glass. And the last function, which is kind of unique, is right here. And this is a ring cutter. So you can see the one part of the blade here is kind of the backing, and the other part, if I flip it around, has your sharpened edge. So the idea here, right, if you had to cut a ring off someone, it does work. I'm not going to cut my ring, but you'd hook that back there and come in, and it would actually crimp off the ring. And that would be in case if someone's, I don't know, if they're blowing up from some kind of an allergy or something, or they just, I don't know, gain a bunch of weight, can't get the ring off, whatever it is. People get rings stuck on their fingers all the time, and it is actually a functional tool, so you can cut off a ring. And you may think, oh, that might be very difficult, but remember, most rings are made of precious metals, whether it's gold or silver. Even if it's not solid, those metals are all pretty soft. So I would imagine it does work. I didn't try it on anything, so I don't have any rings I could just cut. But the design, you know, is there to work. So, yeah. That's and of course there's also a little ruler on the back here. So I'm pretty sure that covers all of its features and functions. It's pretty cool. I like it. However, for the price tag, you know what? If you have a specialty job, right? And this obviously would be, you know, more suited for an EMT worker. You know, anyone in the medical community. If you're using shears all the time to cut people's clothes off to access different, you know, parts of their body for wounds and stuff, you know, someone gets a big gash in their leg through their pants, right? They get rushed to wherever, and you're performing your medical, you know, stuff on them. You use your shears all the time, I'm sure. So if you are specifically a paramedic or something like that, yeah, I can see where these can come in handy. You probably already have regular shears, so this may be something that's interesting to you. For the average person, no. I just, as far as like, you know, a $70 multi-tool, Leatherman makes a bunch of really cool multi-tools that are far more functional for most people. Again, the major tool here is a pair of shears. So if you're someone who uses a pair of shears all the time, then yeah, maybe this works for you. But think about it. How often do you actually use shears? I have these shears. I've had them for years. I use them maybe once every couple months for something. So it's not like I'm using them all the time where I want to carry them in a multi-tool. So I love the idea. It's very innovative. It's very different, but it's a very specific niche that it's going to fulfill for people. And on top of that, if you are a paramedic or something, grabbing a pair of shears like this, it's going to work every time. I'm not saying this is going to fail or anything, but to have to pop this out and open this each time, if for some reason it did fail, you'd be in a really bad place, because at that point someone really needs your attention, your medical you know, expertise in that moment. You can't have this malfunction. You can't forget how to lock this and unlock it and stuff. You know what I mean? So I guess if you were to get this, it'd be good as a backup. I'll say that. If you're really a paramedic and you love your gear and stuff like that, you may love this as a backup option to have on a bag or on your belt always. And maybe your go-to is your regular pair of shears, but for some reason you can't find them, can't grab, who knows where they are, boom, you always have this on your hip. that's a good reason to get a Leatherman Raptor. Other than that, like I said, I mean, you can get a decent pair way cheaper. Again, the extra added tools in here, a glass breaker, yeah, that's cool. Let's close this back up again for a second here. So you can see the glass breaker is on the end of our handles. All right, put it back in the sheath here for a second, just like so. So it makes sense. In an emergency, you can quickly access this by pulling it out and jamming this. You know, it's already in that position where you can just use this to break glass. Might be a really cool option for your car. If you're not specifically a paramedic or have nothing to do with the medical community, or you don't have a medical relating job, this might be a cool option for an emergency vehicle tool. Because in that case, yeah, the glass breaker is great for obviously breaking the glass in your windows, but the main tool, the shears, would be good for cutting your seatbelt off. Okay, now obviously they make all kinds of emergency tools for your vehicle, that, you know, strap cutters and stuff, but sometimes strap cutters will bind up, especially if they're not super sharp. If you get one and you're testing a little bit, just playing around with it, that can dull it up enough where in a real emergency it's going to be hard to actually, you know, use it. So having a dedicated pair of razor sharp shears might be great for that particular instance. So again, you know, besides a medical professional, maybe a good option for a car emergency tool. But other than that, it's, like I said, it's kind of a specialty thing. It is high quality, it does work, it does lock open fine. My only issues with it really is that the handles are offset, so it feels a little weird to me. And like the other tools in there, I'm just not going to use. It's that simple. I'm not using that dedicated strap cutter for anything. I'm not using the oxygen tank, you know, adjustment tool for anything. I already have stuff like that. You know, if you don't, maybe it's a consideration for you. But yeah, just a specific type of a niche that would fill. But hey, if you just collect different type of multi-tools, this is definitely one you're going to want in your collection just because it is unique. Very interesting design. So maybe that's the reason you want it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the Leatherman Raptor. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. Give me feedback. Let me know if you like this person-to-person type review style. I could do this with other knives too. The tabletop's nice because you get a view of the knife the entire time. If you notice, I put this down and you're just staring at my mug, you know, a lot of the time. But I don't know, just changing it up, something different. I'm not going to do this all the time. I'll probably stick with tabletop reviews, but if you do like this, let me know in the comments. In the future, maybe for fixed blade stuff I can do, you know, I can hold it up and talk, whatever. It's just different. I don't know, it's a preference thing. So anyway, there's my thoughts on the Leatherman Raptor. If you have one, please let me know down below what you think of yours. Love to hear your feedback. So thanks for watching, have a great day, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care.